This is a 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.7 liter Overland. It's American. Ooh.
Where are you going? Going so fast tonight. Have you ever stopped beside me? Smell the rose of life. Take a breath now. Don't hold it.
Let's do a quick walk around of the Jeep Grand Cherokee. Now those are 20-inch Overland wheels. They look pretty good. The body overall is quite a big size. This one's got the charcoal paint. Over here on the side it says Grand Cherokee really nicely over there in the silver chrome. Some nice chrome door handles. At the back we've also got 20-inch wheels. It's a nice looking car. To open the boot, you have to make sure it's unlocked firstly, so you press that button, and then there's no other button to open. You just pull this lever and it opens up. The trunk itself is a decent size. It's quite good. That's some camera equipment over there. It's a decent sized trunk. One thing that's quite stupid about this is there is no button anywhere over there to close the trunk. It's found inside the trunk over here. So we press it and it beeps and then it closes it up. I like how these cars look, not bad at all. Let's look at the rear interior quickly. Here we are, nothing very fancy. There's the lever to fold the seats down. It's quite normal. Isn't the most spacious, but isn't terribly uncomfortable as well. We've got our heated seats and aircon controls down there. And if we pull this guy down, cup holders. Let's check out the front interior. Obviously this car does have keyless entry. Just put your finger there and it opens up. We're greeted by quite nice quality materials. The seats are actually pretty comfortable in this car. This one is the Overland, so it has Overland seats as well. We've got lovely wood inlays all over the interior. Let's jump in. Place to put your auxiliary cord. Over the center in the console, we've got our controls to change the way the vehicle performs with its all-wheel drive system. Some house keys that you do not need to be concerned about. Gear lever, nice screen, heated steering wheel, heated seats. It's a nice place to be. The screen isn't all that great, but this is an older spec and was updated. Those seats again. The steering wheel is quite nice. It's wrapped in leather as well as wood. It's a bit thinner at the bottom, but still quite thick, and it actually even thickens out on the top. But with a heated steering wheel, it's a very nice place to be in winter. The 2011 Jeep Grand Cherokee 5.7 liter Overland. As said, it has a 5.7 liter naturally aspirated V8 engine. The engine is mounted to a 5-speed auto. The engine produces 350 bhp or 259 kilowatts and 520 Newton meters of torque. The performance on this car isn't bad, but compared to its German rivals, it's quite bad. The 0 to 100 is claimed in 7.3 seconds and the top speed 225 kilometers per hour. Now that's respectable. It's not too bad for a car of this size and weight. But if you compare to the smallest X5, let's say the new X5 25D, to buy them new, it's the same price to buy the X5 25D and a 5.7 liter Overland, same price. The 25D does 0 to 100 in similar time and the top speed is also similar. And that has an engine that's almost less than half the size of this, granted with turbochargers. The consumption on this guy is claimed at 15.6 liters per 100 kilometers. If only life was that good. Driving a Grand Cherokee is different from other cars. It's big, it's wallowy, it's heavy, it's a bit softer, but is that necessarily a bad thing? I don't think so. The Overland, well, 5.7s only come in Overland. They kind of like the higher trim, the higher spec. They have this nice giant roof, heated seats, heated steering wheel, a few other creature comforts that don't come standard on cars. So it's a nice place to sit. The interior, I like it. It's got nice kind of plastic materials, wood, leather. It's not bad. The seats are quite comfortable. The Overland has different seats, but I've sat in other normal Jeeps, and to be honest, I think the normal seats are even more comfortable, but the Overlands are pretty good nonetheless. The exterior on this car, as we just discussed, it's pretty good in my opinion. It is bulky, it is big, but that's the point of a Jeep now, isn't it? Now, driving the Jeep, it's very big. It doesn't disguise that weight at all. It's, let's say, a little bit bigger than Mercedes-Benz ML, but not as big as a Mercedes-Benz GL. Or if you're using the new terms, it's about the size of a GLE, maybe a slightly bigger GLE, but not exactly as big as the GLS. But it doesn't try to disguise its weight. It loves itself. It is what it is. It's bulky. You feel that weight. If you're gonna take turns at higher speeds, 120, 130 kilometers per hour, it body rolls a lot. Let's not joke around. It doesn't sit as well as other bigger SUVs. But let's face the fact, this car can go off-road, and off-road well. Other cars can't really. They're too pish posh. They want to dirty their nails. They want to get their shoes dirty. If we come to a hill or a river or anything, the Jeep's ground clearance is better than the others, and it still can be lifted, and it is a pretty good performer off-road. The steering is weighted slightly heavier than you think for a comfortable car like this. You might think, why? Because why is people telling me this is a 5.7? You do not play with the 5.7. And here comes a bend, and there's the body roll. Oh my. Where were we? Ah yes, the steering. It's a bit weighted, but it does make sense. Because this car has so much of body roll, at higher speeds you don't want to just touch the steering wheel and the car flips itself over. So at high speeds it does make sense. It's a good thing. Overall, this isn't a bad car to drive. Is it as good as the German rivals? No, it's not. Is it as bad as some people say? No, it's not. This is a lower price range car. It is very expensive, granted that, but again, compared to the rivals, it's cheaper or less expensive. And let's not forget, this car can be off-road. That is a big factor with an SUV. Not that anyone does that most of the time. So I'm going to give the Jeep 5.7 Grand Cherokee Overland a 6.5 out of 10. I think that's fair. One thing I want to mention, I've driven the 3.6 litre, I've driven the 3 litre diesel. The only one I haven't driven is the SRT. But from the normal 3, the 5.7 has the smoothest engine. The diesel, obviously you're going to get best consumption. It is quite smooth as well. The 3.6 litre, I don't think you should go for that engine. It's going to be very heavy on fuel anyway, and the performance is numbingly slow. I think the best bet if you want to go for a petrol will be the 5.7. Obviously I haven't driven an SRT, but it is the smoothest engine that I've driven so far from the other 3 models. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit it with a thumbs up, make sure to subscribe, and please stay tuned for more.